In this video, I am going to show you how to list files and folders using Python programming. So hey guys, this is Vishwet. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So let's get started. So I have already made a playlist for my OS module. I will show you if you come in my channel's playlist section, and if you just come over here by pressing the arrow button, and if you just open this, so here you can see I have made videos on the OS module. See, I have already made a video on how to list files and folders in Python using the OS module. So there is a drawback to it. I'll explain the drawback, and I will show you how you can use the os.walk functionality to get around that particular drawback. So I will come to my test folder over here. So I have written a script which I have demonstrated in my previous videos, like one of the previous videos. This script generates files and folders. Okay, like automatically it will generate everything. So if I come inside my super directory, so this particular script generated this particular directory, and there are many folders. Inside those folders there are many files. Okay, so I have made some changes to it, like I have put some more file names, I should say, some image files I have put. And in folder 2 also, okay, in folder 2 I have not put anything. In folder 3 I have put some image files. So there are some few extra files that I have put for some demonstration purpose, and I have changed this particular super directory folder name. So definitely, if you want to know how to generate files automatically, you can check out this video after watching this. Let me open my Jupyter. I should say let's open VS Code for this purpose. Okay. So I will show you the drawback that we were having, and I'll show you the os.walk module. So let me show the drawback. So I won't take much of your time. So I'll just do listing.py. So here generally how we did it previously, import os dot, I will do maybe print os dot list dir list dir. If I do dot, okay, so if I now execute this particular script, so I will do python listing.py, and if I do enter, so this is showing generate folder and files.py, listing.py, and superdirectory.py. So three, like it's showing three items in this list, two file names and one particular directory name, which is as present over here. Generate files and folders, listing.py, and superdirectory. Okay. So os.list directory, if I do dot means get everything in the current directory. Okay. So this is how we are able to get this. Now, for example, if I want to list out everything that is present inside the super directory, so if I just do super directory, now if I just execute it, now you can see folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, folder 4, folder 5. Okay, now if I go in the super directory, there it is listing folder 1, folder 2, folder 3 as what is expected. Now the thing is, it is not able to list the files that are present inside the folder, right? So it is not able to list out this particular files. So for that, we have to manually specify the particular folder name. Like if I just do folder _1, and I think now it should be able to list out, I think it should be this. Now if I do, yeah, now you can see it is able to list out the particular file names, the files that are present. It's very difficult to list out all the files and folders that are present inside our directory. Like everything I want to like list out everything, like folder, all the folders that are present, all the files inside the folders that are present, like every single thing I want to print over here. So using os.listdir, it is possible. Okay, we can do it. Like we have to write a lot of for statements, lot of if statements to handle files and folders in different cases. Like we have to write a condition, like if this is a folder, get inside of it. If this is a file, print it. So we have to handle those scenarios, everything. But instead of doing all of that, I will just show you how we can do it in using os.walk. If I just print os.walk, and if I just pass the base directory, like if I pass dot, then we are passing the base directory, like this particular folder path where our Python script lies. Okay, this is where our Python script lies, right? Listing.py. So if I just pass dot over here, it will let's see what it does. Fine. Instead of me telling it, let's see what it does. So Python listing.py, if I do enter, so you can see this returns a generator object, right? So your os.walk function, okay, the walk function, it returns a generator object. Now obviously we can't read the generator object like with our eyes, right? We can't understand what is happening over here with the generator object, what it contains. So what I will do, since this is a generator, we can actually convert it to a list. Now if I print it, I will do python listing.py. If I do enter, now you can see, since I converted this to a list, we have a list starting over here and we have a list ending over here, and everything that is present like it's inside the list, right? So if you look carefully, so if I consider this is the first tuple, right? This is the first tuple, and we have a comma over here, and this is the second tuple, if I am not wrong. Yes, this is the second tuple, and we have a comma after it. So now if you check carefully, this dot represents the current directory we are present, like we are in. This is the number of folders that are present. Like this is a list containing all the folder names. This is a list containing all the file names, right? So since we are currently inside this particular folder structure where our Python script lies, so it is showing dot, and this is the super directory, means the list, it lists also directory that are present. So we had super directory over here, and then there is the Python files that are present, okay, or any files for that matter. So it will list out all the files that are present. So here there are 2 files, so it listed out 2 files. Likewise, if I go inside super directory, okay, so it lists out folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, folder 4, folder 5, since there are 5 folders. And since there are no files present over here, it returns an empty list because there are no files. Okay, so this is actually a tuple containing 3 values. So the current base location and the particular directory of the base location, the particular file names that are present in the base location, and likewise it continues for the super directory. So you can see it went inside the super directory, right? It went inside the super directory and it got the folder names, right? So you are able to see that this is just a tuple. So now since this is a list, so definitely we can iterate on this. So let's iterate on this. Okay, so if I do for I in os.walk, okay, and if I just print I, fine. If I just execute this again, see, first tuple, second tuple, third tuple. Okay, now since this is a tuple with 3 values, okay, 3 values fixed for like every single time we will be getting 3 values, the parent directory and 1 list containing the folder details and the list containing the file details. So we can just type, for first we have the directory, so I'll type current, then I will type maybe file folder name because we have a list containing the folder names, and then I'll contain the file names. Now I will just print the current directory that we are present, so it will be current. I'm just keeping things simple. I'm just printing out the current, and I will print out the folder names, okay, and it will be folder names, okay. Simple print statements, nothing much fancy. File names and file names, fine. I'll just execute it. Now if I make this bigger, now you can see current directory is dot, which is this directory, fine. Inside current directory, the number of folders that we have is 1, which is a super directory, so only 1 folder, and the file names that we are having is 2 file names, fine, pretty simple. Now next time what it did, it went inside our super directory. So now for the current, it went inside our super directory. So let's go inside, and after that it listed out all the folders that are present, all the folders that are present. Fine. And the file names is empty because there are no files present over here. Now again, what it did, it went inside folder 1. Okay, if we go inside folder 1, now all the folder names that are present, there are no folders over here. All the file names that are present are printed over here, and you can verify it, like 1 2.jpg, .jpg, .jpg, 10.txt. Okay, I am guessing it picked out file name 10 also over here, because I can see file name 9, but it picked up file name 10 also. So all files it printed. Next it went inside folder 2, and it printed the folder names that the folder 2 is having, and the file names that are present. Okay, so you can see os.walk is able to recursively get all the files that are present, right? If we are able to do this, we can also iterate in a much proper way. Let me write that part also. So since this is a list, folder names and file names is a list I showed you. So folder names and file names, if these are lists, so we can definitely write a for loop. So for folder name in folder names. Okay, so I will just print it instead of doing anything much. So for file name in file names, and I will just print the folder name, file name. Okay, I think that should be good. Now if I just execute this python listing.py, okay, a lot of information got printed. I think I did something wrong. Yeah, it should be folder name and file name. That's why it lists out everything. Now if I do it now you can see it is properly structured, right? So I executed python listing.py, and you can see this is the particular folder name. Let me also put a break over here, then it will be good. Maybe I will do dash into 50. Now if I just execute python listing.py, now it will be easier for you to understand. So you can see for the first time we are inside super directory, we are inside our main directory, which is over here. Okay, now we have our super directory as a folder name, and there are 2 file names that are present, right? Now next time we are inside super directory, and all the folder names that are present, folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, folder 4, folder 5, and next time we are inside super directory folder 1, and here you can see all the file names that are present. Okay, since there are no folder names, so there nothing is printed for the folder name. So you can see likewise, next time we are inside folder 2, and all the file names got printed. For folder 3, all the file names got printed. All the folder 4 and file names got printed. Pretty simple, right? This is like using os.walk, we can do this thing so easily. Now let me pick a scenario. For example, I have images over here, right? I have text files and I have images. Pretty simple, right? So what I want to do, I want to copy every single image that is present inside my super directory. Okay, I don't know where the images are present. I just want to copy all the images that are present inside a new directory over here. Okay, so it's like filtering out all the images that might be present inside my super directory. Okay, and over here, like right over here. So I think we should be able to do it very easily now, because I have demonstrated how to list it, but definitely I'm going to do it over here. So let me see where we can use the image, like image condition. So our images are files, so definitely we have to tinker with this condition. So for copying, I'll be using the shuttle module. Okay, now we can create a folder like os.make dirs, and I will write the folder name as maybe images. Okay, this image directory will get created. Now after that, what I'm going to do is, for the file names, if file name dot ends with, okay, maybe jpg, then what we can do, shuttle dot copy file. We have to pass the file, I think the file name which is present over here, the file name, and copy into which particular path, copy into images. Okay, images. I don't know how this is going to work, but let's see. If I now do python listing.py, okay, what happened? No such file 12.jpg. Inside images, do we have anything? No, we don't have anything. Yes, probably I got it. Why it is showing no such file directory present? Because the path is not complete. It is just this particular condition, like this particular for loop is just printing our file name, right? But it does not have the whole path for the file name. So we need to give the whole path for that, right? Now, if I just comment out this part of the code, and if I also comment out this part, and if I execute it, so if I expand this and if I check, so technically we are having the whole current, we are having the whole path present in our current, right? The current is containing the whole path, and this particular image was not found, but we have the path over here. So simple thing how we can do it. So I will just type path to image, or I should type image path. Pretty simple. Image path will be os dot path dot join, and what we will be joining, we will be joining current, right? Current, not inside quotes. We will be joining current, and we will be joining the file name that is present. Okay. Now, in case if you are getting confused with this, okay, I will just print the file name, or the complete path name. Let me print the complete path name, right? So that there is clarity. Path name is image path, or I should say maybe file path name instead of image. So I'll just type file path, and I'll copy this, paste over here, and I'll just comment this part of the code. If I do python listing, now you can see we have the whole path present, right? This is the current file that is present, and this is the whole path that is present, right? By path I means from your source directory to the image, what is the path? This is the whole path, right? So now we have the whole path for all of our file names. Pretty simple, right? Now what we can do, I am commenting my path name. I'll uncomment this one. Now path name, I'll keep it for you guys to explore. What I will do in our condition, if our file name that ends with jpg shuttle.copy file name, no, it won't be file name, it will be now complete path name, and where it will copy inside images, right? So I have like commented this out, but we can uncomment this, and we can delete the particular image folder. It does not contain anything, so I'll delete this. And now if I execute it, okay, permission denied. Why? What happened? Okay, let me use copy instead of copy file, right? Let me do it. Now if I do python listing.py, yes, now it works. Okay, so copy file is giving us an issue. So now if I open the images, and we are having everything that we want, right? This is what I wanted to like tell. So we have our images inside our super directory scattered over this particular folders, and using this particular script I was able to pick out the images wherever they are present and copy it in this particular image folder. So pretty easy, right? So you can find out your mp3 files, your video files, or what kind of files you are targeting. You can find them, you can copy them, you can do many more things. Like I just showed the copy functionality, you can do other things that you like. So I'll keep the script as it is, and I'll share it in my GitHub. Do check my description for the script. So I hope I was able to make you understand this part. And just one more thing, I just wanted to show it to you. So once if our folder is created, for example images, if this is created once, and if you are again trying to create it, it's going to give you an error like permission denied issue. Now if I again do python listing.py, now it will say file exist error. Okay, it's showing file exist error, not permission denied, because images is already present, right? Images is already present. Now if I delete everything from here, and if I again execute my code, now you can see it's saying images already present. Now if I go inside images did not came, that is fine, because the code did not run, because image folder is already present. Now to resolve this, we can just strike a quotation, like we can just type a condition os dot path dot is dir, okay, images, just a small condition. If that is present, I should say, if that is not present, okay, if that is not present, then create it, else continue, right? Simple. Now if I do python listing.py, and if I do enter, now you can see that error did not came. Inside the images, if I go, I have all the particular image file that is present. Now if I delete this particular image file, okay, completely, and if I again execute this particular script, still it will get created, and we inside the images we will have our files present. So I hope I was able to demonstrate this nicely to you guys. So if you like this video, do press that like button. Any kind of issues that you are facing, do ping me in the comment section below. So as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in an awesome upcoming programming video.